He dominated the late 80s and early 90s with a mix of charm, intensity, and star power. Welcome to Top 10 Faves, and today we're counting down Tom Cruise's 10 best movies from 1988 to 1996. This was the era where he transformed from rising star to global icon, and you don't want to miss a single title. Number 1. Rain Man 1988. Sanford, Charlie Babbitt is a self-centered car dealer, hustler, and cookie from Los Angeles who is struggling with his own life. Charlie spent 2 days in jail as a young adolescent for using his father's 1949 Buick convertible without authorization, after which his father reported it stolen. Charlie then finds out that his father passed away and left him a car and a huge bed of roses in his final will and testament, with the remaining $3 million going into a trust fund to be given to a beneficiary. Charlie becomes quite incensed by this and chooses to investigate. That someone appears to be Raymond, Charlie's unidentified sibling, a savant with autism who lives in his own world and attends the Walbrook Institute. After kidnapping Raymond, Charlie threatens to take the $3 million inheritance by taking him on a once-in-a-lifetime trip to the West Coast. Charlie is driven crazy by Raymond's actions and persistent nagging, which include talking about Abbott and Costello a lot, saying, "for minutes till Wapner," and refusing to fly on any airline other than Qantas. He also escapes his self-centered world and enters a cross-country journey of pure love and understanding between the two of them. Number 2. Young Guns 1988. In New Mexico in 1878, John Tunstall enlists young gunmen from the road to work on his ranch while simultaneously educating them in reading and bringing them up to date. But because he competes with Murphy, a wealthy rancher, in the cattle business, he is a pain in Murphy's side. Murphy's guys shoot him one day. Since Sheriff Brady is one of Murphy's guys, Judge Wilson is powerless. However, lawyer Alex convinces him to hand deputies warrants of arrest for the murders and to represent Tunstall's teenage friends. William Bonney simply shoots them to death rather than making an arrest. The 5 men quickly gain notoriety, and William is dubbed Billy the Kid. However, the army and dozens of Murphy's men are pursuing them. Nonetheless, the populace respects him as a champion of justice. Number 3. Born on the 4th of July 1989. Based on the actual story of Ron Kovic, an idealistic young American who enthusiastically enlists in the Vietnam War and returns home paraplegic, Cruise, in an Oscar-nominated performance. He battles depression and drug addiction before turning his life around and publicly criticizing the war. Number 4. Days of Thunder 1990. Cole Trickle enters the high-pressure world of NASCAR racing. He's a hot driver with a hot temper, and this attitude gets him into trouble not only with other drivers, but members of his own team as well. Number 5. Far and Away 1992. In an attempt to claim free land in Oklahoma, Joseph, Tom Cruise, and Shannon, Nicole Kidman, the daughter of his landlord, come to America from Ireland. In Boston, the two become distracted, and Joseph starts boxing to make ends meet. The two end up broke after he loses a crucial battle. The two must now figure out new ways to make ends meet in the face of destitution. Joseph wonders if he is really what Shannon needs in her life as their love for one another deepens. Number 6. A Few Good Men 1992. Lieutenant Junior Grade Daniel Coffey, a Navy lawyer who has never seen the inside of a courtroom, defends 2 obstinate Marines who are charged with killing a co-worker in this gripping courtroom thriller. Coffey had set up a plea deal because he is notorious for being lethargic. Lieutenant Commander Galloway is chosen by Downey's Aunt Ginny to act as his representative. LTJG Sam Weinberg is also a member of the legal staff. As the team gathers a lot of information, Coffey finds that trial work is his true calling. The victim, PFC Santiago, received a Code Red, which served as the foundation for the initial defense. In essence, Santiago was a fool. Gitmo does not accept mistakes. By Colonel Nathan Jessup in particular. While Jessup and 2 senior officials in Cuba attempt to help as much as they can, Coffey is aware that something is amiss. A fight between Jessup and Coffey at the end of the movie sets off the fireworks. Number 7. The Firm 1993. A young man with a bright future in law is Mitch McDear. He is about to take his bar test when The Firm approaches him and makes an offer that he accepts. Enticed by the wealth and presents bestowed upon him, he completely fails to recognize the darker aspects of his business. 2 associates are then killed. His life is abruptly ruined when the FBI contacts him and requests information. He can either remain with the firm or collaborate with the FBI. He will lose his life as he knows it in any case. Mitch determines that he must follow his own plan in order to escape. Number 8. Interview with the Vampire 1994. The nearly 2-century-old vampire Louis de Pointe du Lac tells the skeptical reporter Daniel Malloy the incredible tale of his perpetual transformation and a life worse than death against the dreary backdrop of San Francisco. Louis's grimly captivating story, which spans 2 centuries of brutal betrayals, intense loneliness, and unquenchable thirst, centers on his always unfortunate choice to accept the tyranny of blood and, most importantly, his creator, the alluring blonde aristocrat of death, Lestat de Lioncourt. Is Louis's ethereal epic of violence real? Is this a vampire interview, after all? Number 9. Mission: Impossible 1. 1996. Based on the popular TV show. Jim Phelps, John Voight, was dispatched to Prague on a mission to stop confidential material from being stolen. Phelps' crew included his dependable sidekick Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise, and his wife Claire, Emmanuel Burt. Ethan Hunt appeared to be the only survivor after the expedition failed due to a terrible mishap. The agency's leader, Kittredge, played by Henry Czerny, believes Ethan is responsible for the mission's failure when he reported it. Ethan now employs unconventional techniques to try to uncover the person who set him up and clear his name, including the assistance of an arms dealer named Max, played by Vanessa Redgrave. Number 10. Jerry Maguire 1996. Tom Cruise portrays Jerry Maguire, a prosperous sports agent. He has it all: a gorgeous fiancée, the largest clients, and the respect. Until he starts to doubt his mission one evening. His role in the world and ultimately acknowledges the issues with his life and profession. Jerry feels as though he has a fresh lease on life after writing down all of his ideas in a mission statement. Jerry enters the sports industry with just one erratic customer, Rod Tidwell, Cuba Gooding, Jr., after being dishonorably stripped of his high-earning clients and elite status within the agency. Regretfully, his superiors don't share his enthusiasm. And Dorothy Boyd, Renee Zellweger, the only person who had faith in his abilities, with the unachievable job of reconstructing what he had. He encounters a number of challenges that he had never encountered before, as well as the harsh reality that he had previously chosen to ignore. From courtroom dramas to legendary missions, this era truly defined Tom Cruise as a force in Hollywood. Which film is your personal favorite? Drop it in the comments below. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss part 3 of Tom Cruise's incredible journey, only on Top 10 Faves.